Have you ever wondered what gives us the power to grow big and strong? Or what makes plants grow so tall? Plants need water to grow. They need sunlight to grow. What else do plants need to grow? Plants also need these little things called nutrients. Does anyone know what a nutrient is? Nutrients are the magical little particles found in food that make humans, plants, and animals grow big and strong. Today, we're learning about the nutrient cycle. If you've ever been to your school garden, you've probably already seen parts of the nutrient cycle in action. First, make sure to gather all the materials you'll need for class today. And ask your parents to find the coloring pages that go along with this video. Now, even though we're doing video lessons, we still have a class agenda and have to go over our class agreements first. Let's start with class agreements. Welcome to Farmer Tori's classroom, where we, number 1, listen and focus for as long as we possibly can. 2, get excited about our dance parties. 3, follow along with our coloring pages just in case we lose track during the video. And today during class, we're going to talk about each step of the nutrient cycle. First step, soil. Second step, plants. Third step, decomposers. And you guys will know exactly what these steps are for by the end of class today. So let's begin. Nutrients move between living things, into the earth, and back into the environment. All these steps put together are called the nutrient cycle. Remember, we're talking about the nutrient cycle, which means it happens in an ongoing circle. But let's pick one point on the cycle just to start with. First stop, soil. Plants grow big and tall just like us. They use the nutrients found in soil. But where do these nutrients come from? And how do they get into the soil? When rotting fruits and dead leaves fall off the trees onto the ground, they slowly disappear into the soil. Have you ever noticed that? As the fruits and leaves disappear into the ground, they break down, and their nutrients are soaked up by the soil underneath. This is how nutrients get into the soil, and then plants get their nutrients from the soil to grow. Now, this brings us to our next stop on the nutrient cycle, plants. But first, dance break! Get up on your feet, leave your computer, and let's dance it out. Okay. Dance party's over, and let's get back to talking about plants. Plants need sunlight, water, and nutrients to live and grow. Plants keep their nutrients hidden in their leaves, their stems, and their fruit. But what happens to plants when they grow big, tall, and have a lot of fruit? They're most often eaten by animals. When plants are big enough, other animals come along and eat them. When animals eat plants, they get all the nutrients they need to grow big and strong too. But animals sometimes don't use up all the special nutrients that plants give them. And these nutrients can't just sit in their body with no purpose. Animals have to get rid of the extra nutrients they don't need. So how do they get rid of them? How do you think nutrients get from animals back into the environment? They poop them out. Animals digest the food they eat, and any extra nutrients they didn't need come out in their poop. For example, when we see little rabbit poop in the grass, it is filled with nutrients, and these nutrients end up back in the soil. But how do we go from poop to nutrients into the soil? This brings us to the last stop on the nutrient cycle: decomposers. Getting nutrients from animal poop is the job for decomposers. Decomposers are living things that can break down materials over time. Some types of decomposers are worms, mushrooms, and bugs. Have you ever seen a bunch of flies swarming around an old piece of fruit? That's because bugs are decomposers. They're working to break down the fruit over time and get their nutrients back into the soil. Remember in the beginning when we talked about rotten fruit and dead leaves? Remember how we said they slowly disappear into the soil and break down? Decomposers are the ones that also break down these fruits. The nutrient cycle happens in all environments, even on land and in water. Nutrients move in a cycle, or a circle, and are needed by all living things. Now, let's review. Step 1 is soil. Plants get their nutrients from soil. Step 2 is plants. Plants are eaten by animals and pass their nutrients along. Step 3 is decomposers. Worms, bugs, and mushrooms break down rotten fruit, fallen leaves, and animal poop to get nutrients back into the ground. Where have you seen the nutrient cycle in your backyard?